topics in sports entertainment.
Pro wrestling talk from the four corners of parts unknown. This is That Wrestling Podcast.
Welcome to That Wrestling Podcast. Hey, happy July, everyone.
July 1st.
It is.
Yay.
It's a new month. Yes, it is. This should be a real fun show. We got lots of exciting things to talk about that have happened or are about to happen. So
well,
let's get
Brian,
to it,
let me stop you right there. Talking about things that are about to happen. Your birthday is on Monday.
That is true. That is true.
Do you have your phone with you right now?
I do have my phone with me.
Okay. So
Oh, boy.
we collectively, we went a different route. We didn't go dumb wrestler cameo for your birthday. Me and Kevin and Joe reached out to some old friends.
My.
What I would love for you to do is set your phone up so we can film your face and reactions.
Okay.
So that I can
Wow.
put it in the video, because Kevin and I think you're going to cry.
Wow.
We really do.
Okay.
So
All right.
shoot it, hot dog, get
Yep.
your face. And Kevin, you got the video ready?
Yep.
All right. It's on, guys. Go ahead. Wow.
Share your screen.
Anticipation.
Let me know when you can see my beautiful family.
I see him.
You guys see these awesome downloads, Rumble tits year after year.
We remember them always. Yes.
All right,
your-
here we go.
This
all
one-
your spreadsheets.
HBD Brian.
Look at that. That's a big file too.
Brian, this is for you.
Kevin, where's the audio?
I hear the bells.
It's the man, the king, the god of this shit, Nick fucking Gage. And you know how I start this off. Shout out to all my MDK gang members around the world. Shout out to all my boys locked up in the cells, Eastern Bloc. And shout out to my hate club. Rest in peace, Big Nate Hatred. And rest in peace, my brother, Justice Payne. And I'm making this video for one of my gang members. I want to give a big MDK gang birthday shout out to my motherfucking gang member Brian. And Brian, I want to start this off by saying thank you for repping the gang the right way. I want to say thank you for supporting me, the god of this shit, Nick fucking Gage, for all these years. Cause let's keep it real, Brian. If it wasn't for you or the rest of the gang, I wouldn't be here right now.
Damn
And I
right.
definitely wouldn't be doing my passion. That's professional deathmatch wrestling. So I want to say thank you. I want to wish you a happy birthday. And also, I want to give a shout out to your podcast, That Wrestling Podcast, that you do with Jason, Kevin, and Joe. So shout out to Brian, Jason, Kevin, and Joe for fucking making an awesome podcast called That Wrestling Podcast.
Yeah.
I listened to it, and that shit's fucking dope.
Oh
So I
my.
salute you guys on making an awesome podcast. But one thing I need to tell you, Brian, and it's not happy birthday one more time. It's fuck Matt Cardona. I'm gonna slice him up. Blood's gonna start bleeding throughout his whole body. And if you're in the crowd, you're gonna witness an attempted murder on somebody I fucking hate. But other than that, happy birthday.
Yeah.
Shout out to the Wrestling Podcast and it's MDK all
fucking
Fucking day.
Wow. Outstanding. My goodness. The feud continues even through the podcast.
Do I see a
Nick
tear? Do I see a
Oh,
tear in
it
his
is-
eye?
it is
I
a
think he's
tear.
crying.
I think it worked. Yeah.
So-
Wow. What a setup. Unbelievable.
All right. So we tried somebody else, but it didn't work.
Okay.
Joe had no idea that was happening because we got it yesterday and
Yeah.
Joe was with you. So I couldn't
Right.
send it to him. So Kevin and I I texted it to Kevin and all I wrote was, oh my God, oh my God, oh my God, oh my God. But I didn't hear back from Kevin.
Yeah.
So I call him like, hey, did you watch it? And he's like, no, I'm going to do it right now on the call. I'm like, no.
Like I'm driving.
I'm like,
he
he goes, I'm going to park. I'm going to watch it. And I'm going to call you right back. I could not stop smiling. I watched that thing 20 times last night.
Yeah.
That was great.
Because
That
it
was
was
great.
so fucking good.
That was good. Love
And-
that. Love Nick Cage. What a praise from the king. I mean, amazing. Absolutely.
And you're gang affiliated now.
Apparently, hey, who knew?
Yeah, you're
All
welcome.
this time I thought I was living clean life, but I'm down and dirty.
Man.
Who knew?
And yeah, so
MDK.
All
so Joe, sorry we didn't fill you in.
fucking day.
No, it makes sense. I wouldn't have told them, but
I know,
Still,
but
it makes
if you would have
sense.
opened it and he'd be like, "Why are you looking at Nick Cage on?"
Right, yeah,
know?
you never know, right? Yeah.
because
Playing
I'm a
it
wrestling
safe, yeah.
fan. Why aren't you looking at Nick Cage?
Oh my god.
Kevin,
That's
did you
great.
show Laura?
I did. One,
And?
she was like, who's that guy again? Why does his teeth look like that?
That's awesome. That's awesome. Thank you, fellas. Look at that. That's amazing. I appreciate
Michelle popped hard at fuck Matt Cardona.
it. That was
Yes.
great. Yeah. There's a lot of highlights in that, but that
and
might be
here's
the
what's
case.
funnier. A little later, when we were going to the airport, we were talking about it. She didn't know Matt Cardona was Zack Ryder.
Oh, that's funny.
Oh.
She's not on it all like we are. That's all good. That's
Yeah,
all
so
good.
happy birthday, Brian.
Wow. Thanks, fellas. Thank you.
Gang affiliated. You're welcome.
Yeah, gotta figure out how to figure out these fingers.
You're like a
we'll work on that next birthday. Great job, guys. Well, how can we follow that? What are you wearing?
Oh, wait, I don't have the clip. So, Joe, sing it.
What are you wearing? What are you
What are you
wearing? What are you wearing today?
You know
What
what?
are you wearing today?
Cha-cha-cha.
We should have waited, Brian. Your barber is coming on in a bit to talk about Forbidden Door. We could have had a barber shop.
Oh.
A quintet. A
Um,
quintet. Yeah.
bum 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 bum. What are you wearing? Bum bum bum. No.
That's good improvising.
All right, yeah. So, what are you wearing? What are we wearing?
Yeah.
Birthday boy.
I can start.
What are
Okay.
you wearing?
I got the original SoCal Pro Wrestling Podcast
Nice.
shirt, just because the world of Southern California academics and athletics has been turned upside down. Yeah, imagine you took a nap at like 1:30 this afternoon and woke up at like 8 at night and went, wait a minute, USC and UCLA are in the Big Ten? The fuck? And that's what happened. So,
Or
I
if
don't
you're a student that went there because of the come to UCLA or USC because of the weather and
Yeah.
realize you got to play in Wisconsin,
Minnesota,
Michigan,
Michigan State.
Lansing,
Right.
all those cold cities.
You guys play in snow.
Right. So yeah, just a random craziness of this day.
Yeah.
so to throw that out there.
Very cool.
Jay, you are in Vegas.
I am.
You've got big happenings going on with that.
Big
and,
happenings, not only in Vegas, big happenings on the podcast. I'm going to announce something that's never been done before. Starting today, July 1st, What Are You Wearing has become the Summer of Cena for the next 8 weeks, because I don't consider June part of the summer because people are still in school.
It's still
For the next 8 weeks, What Are You Wearing is now the Summer of Cena, and it starts with the brand new 20-year Never Give Up John
hot
Cena
off the
shirt
press.
that I bought today at the Money in the Bank store at the MGM Grand. And I bought the hat, but my head is so fucking big, it doesn't fit. So like I literally have it on one. Like, I hate adjustables too, but for the sake of this bit, I'm like, well, I got to get the hat. So like,
yeah.
and this is a cool hat. for
Me look
Cena.
like Ice Cube.
Yeah, Jay,
It
I'll
looks
say,
like
Jay,
it looks like the Raiders
who
hat.
does it look like, right? Yeah, like
Jake.
NWA, Raiders, that
It's that
classic script.
Throw us some
It-
bars.
No,
That's
no.
coming up, right?
Yeah, so it's the Summer of Cena.
Wow.
That's awesome.
All right.
Starts today.
Looking forward to it.
Okay, but the only thing, this is my caveat for this. I'm not buying any new Cena shirts. I have to go with what's in my closet, and I have to dig through 6 totes of storage to find and see if I have 8 Cena shirts to get through August.
Yeah.
So
Just remember, if you get to 7
Awesome.
and you're really trying to find that 8th one, maybe you
I
can't
will
find
never
it.
give up.
Yeah, exactly. You took it right
You
out.
never,
never
or
give
just don't
up.
wear a shirt and you can't see yourself.
Never give up.
That's it.
Joe, what do
All
you
right.
have this
Looking
week?
forward to that.
This week I'm wearing the Macho Man Hulk Hogan Garbage Pail Kids Mega Powers Explode shirt, which I planned on wearing last week, but got it dirty. So I have it for this week. And Jason, I appreciate you mentioning that, you don't consider June to be like the start of summer, because like this is the way teachers think of the months. June is Friday because half of it you're working.
Yeah.
The next half you're not. July is Saturday. July, Saturday. It's just the best month of the year. And August is Sunday. You're still off, but you're just planning on going in the next day.
Gotcha. Yeah. And I mean, like August, I know some kids do go back to school in August, but a lot of it's like in the beginning of September, right after like Labor Day, right?
Yeah. So, we're after Labor Day.
Yeah. So Summer of Cena, 8 weeks starting today.
Unless you live in Indiana, then the Summer of Cena would start June 1st, because my son got finished school in May. So
wow.
So his summer started in June, but he does go back in August. Sun's out, guns out. Hogan Beach Shop, Clearwater. Gotta rep the tank top. I might have to start doing the tank tops of summer. I only think I have 2 of them. So
no
there
way.
might be
you have more tank tops than that.
Well, I do, but
not wrestling
related,
ones.
I might
better start buying.
In Nashville. Okay. By the way, less than a month.
Yeah,
are you guys excited?
Countdown's on. Oh yeah,
I'm pumped.
So excited.
I can't believe, Kevin, you were the downer that shut down my idea of all of us wearing different colored John Cena shirts at SummerSlam. Brian's usually the downer. He's the cheat. But no, Brian surprised me and was like, if Kevin's in,
yes,
I'm in.
He set me up.
And fucking Kevin's like, I don't want to do that.
No, I said I don't want to cosplay.
And I was like, phew. Yeah. All good.
Not all good.
I do like the idea.
My wife is disappointed.
It is a fun
My wife is disappointed in you, Kevin. She's like, really?
Shit.
He said no?
Well, I can't disappoint Michelle.
Sure, you
Not the
can.
Well, the thing is, it's bad. It's bad enough that Brian has to wear a Lion shirt that week, and I have to wear a Steelers shirt.
Friday night. Yeah.
Does anyone in this in us talking right now? Do any of us own jorts?
No.
I will go buy if we do this.
I'm afraid that I will buy a pair of jorts. I have not worn jorts. I am 40. I've not worn jorts since like 15.
No, they sell them there.
Do they still?
They sell them at Walmart. Let's do this. Can we get a commitment? Kevin, can we get a commitment to do this? Brian, you'll just have to order a John Cena shirt off. I sent you a link. I'm claiming black new Cena.
Hate to tell you, but I'd have to. Mine, the only one I have is black, so that's the one I would wear.
I'm gonna wear Fast and the Furious Cena, where he just wears a black tank top,
black shirt.
No.
So we're all wearing black.
So you're not.
That's all we have.
Never mind. Let's get on to your. Let's go meet Brutus the barber. Ryan, let's go.
All right, and I'm happy to welcome a special guest to the show for this week. We're gonna talk about a couple of different things going on in the wrestling world. This is my guy Ryan the barber. What's up, my man?
How's it going, guys? It's good to be here. It's fun.
Doing good. Doing good
for a little bit, and it's kind of fun to join in and talk some nerdy wrestling stuff.
Can we call you Brutus?
You can call me whatever you want.
Awesome.
Ryan, you're not gonna have a choice. Jason gets to do whatever he wants. It's the only child syndrome. So
yeah.
It's very nice meeting you, Beefcake.
I was gonna say, as long as you would have responded with how you doing, if you would have responded with Struttin And Cuttin, then I would have said, let's roll with that.
Do we need to start this over again?
No, we're good. It's all good. So Ryan and I met, I'd say probably about 6 months or so ago now. I don't know, within a year, I would say. And it was just one of those, the stars aligned. I was wearing my vintage Mr. Perfect shirt, and Ryan works at Detroit Barber Company, and we'll get into that too in a little bit. The guy that I was going to, Austin, he'd been booked, right? And so I just, on a whim, you book it online. On a whim, I just said, sure, this guy, Ryan, he's available. I hope he doesn't suck. Let's find out. So I picked Ryan. I go in, I got my Mr. Perfect shirt on, and I think you were rocking like a Macho Man shirt, right?
Absolutely.
I think, yeah. So it was just like, we hit it off right then. It was definitely that
Remember, he stood up, and I seen the shirt, and I just pointed at his shirt, and he pointed at my shirt, and that was it. And it's just like, obviously, whenever you start talking with anybody about wrestling, you just kind of test the water of how nerdy they actually are, and then you start talking your favorites, your matches. And then before you know it, you just got a friend you talk to every time they come in. So, and
then you met Brian, and you were like, okay, this guy's a fucking nerd.
Yeah, he was accepted, definitely.
Yeah, I'll fly the flag. But no, Ryan, he's exactly right. It was definitely that scene in Step Brothers of, did we just become best friends? Yeah, like we were just like right on point. So Ryan, I guess before we get into the happenings of the weekend, because the main reason we brought you on here was to talk about you being in person at the United Center for Forbidden Door. And we want to hear all about that. But just, I always look when we bring people on to talk about just how you got into wrestling. Is it something that you kind of discovered on your own? Your family got you into it? How did that all come about?
Yeah, it's always kind of like the quick version of what I usually talk about with it is my grandpa used to watch it back in the day. Whatever I could catch on was whatever was on. And I think it was WrestleMania 12, the cliche boyhood dream. Shawn Michaels, Bret Hart, Iron Man, that was kind of just like captivating and really drew me in. And I remember moving to Elma. I'm from Mount Pleasant, moving to Elma in 4th grade. And it's right around the time the old Stone Cold Bloodstone shirt came out with WrestleMania 13. And it was just the coolest fucking thing I've ever seen. And I remember like I had a kid in my class. I actually started school for the first time there, and my locker was, not even kidding, locker 316, and I just loved it.
That's it.
I loved it. Like
that's
it was sweet. And then there was a kid named Cy Davis in class. I can still remember him, and he had that Bloodstone shirt on, and I just instantly started nerding out and networking, talking to people, trading action figures, comic or magazines, DVDs, VHSs. I'd always record them and just give them to my buddies because they couldn't afford the pay-per-views. So year after year, I had breaks in between out of it and into it, and I'm just full in right now. It's so much fun. There's so much good stuff going on in so many parts of the world that it's hooked, man. It's great.
It's a great community to be a part of, and you mentioned it just a little bit. You're definitely a collector, and you remember you telling me about get into that story about you talked about the DVDs and how you ended up making some decisions that you regret, and you're making do for that now.
Yeah. So when I was 14, 15, somewhere near there, I had every DVD WWF had released at that point, starting at like Unforgiven 98 all the way up to this year would have been 2003 at that time. And I had the whole collection. It was great. I had 2 belts. I had a Figures Inc. WWF Big Eagle belt from 2001, which was cool, and a Intercontinental belt. And I think Austin went away, and I just got sad about it and just pulled out from watching it and just kind of sold everything. And that was one of my biggest regrets ever. And then Lesnar pulled me right back in a few months later. So it was bad.
Wow.
But I recently restarted collecting them again, and I've got almost every single one since 98, except for there's 2 Judgment Day 2002, which is a pretty rare one. It was right before they turned to E. It's from the F. Pretty expensive DVD. And Backlash 2001, which was when Austin and Triple H kind of started that tag team taking over.
2-man power trip.
Yeah. So those are the only 2 I need still, and I've just been randomly collecting stuff.
What was the matches on that Judgment Day? Do you remember?
02? It was Hogan and Taker for the title, which was a kind of busted up Hogan versus a fat Undertaker, but still great.
Yeah, I remember that.
Yeah,
watched
you
that
had
at
hair
Hooters once. I remember
hair
that.
versus hair, Edge and Kurt Angle. So someone got the wall clippers and got balded out on there too. Jericho, Triple H, Hell in a Cell was always a classic. I thought a lot of good stuff on that one. It's a great DVD, but it's averaged around like $160. So it's hard to pull the trigger on that one.
I'll give you a compliment when you said pulled out the wall clippers.
Yeah. Yes,
by
sir.
the way,
He knows.
Well,
Jay's big in the physical, right? Yeah, you're a physical collector too.
I am big into the. I've created a lot of things in professional wrestling, right? I created figure photography. I've created the WWE Network. The amount of DVDs and videotapes I still have. Now, there was a period in time in my mid-20s where, I mean, working in radio, Brian, all of us can attest, there's no money working in radio. So you got to sell off some stuff. And I sold off a bunch of old DVDs. You know, you take them to like CD exchange and they'd give you like 17 cents for, you know, but you know, you needed it. But I have a lot. And when the network came around, I thought about it and I'm like, you know what? Just going to box them up. And I've probably got about 300 DVDs and some Blu-rays. But the reason I'd asked you about that Judgment Day, I went to the Judgment Day. If you're talking about 2002, I'm thinking mine might be 2003, where it was JBL and Big Show in a cage match. And Big Show threw JBL through the ring, I think. Or maybe through the cage or something. But it was in Pittsburgh. And
I think it might be No Way Out 2004.
Yeah.
Does that sound somewhere near?
Oh, yeah. All right. Yeah. Because I have
Judgment Day 03 was definitely like Lesnar Big Show in that stretcher match.
Yeah. Awesome.
Yeah.
You see why I get my haircuts from this guy?
No. Show you're nerdy. I love it right now.
The devotion to accuracy is very important.
Yes.
On this show,
I don't mean it from anything other than just like, just trying to clear. Like, no, it's definitely this one. I can trust my nerdum on it.
Until the next time Brian comes for a haircut and Ryan's like, that fucking Jason, man.
Yeah. No.
It felt so good to put that motherfucker in his place.
How much time you got, buddy?
It's fun to riff, man. It's fun to just riff about wrestling. It's always it's the best.
I've got a lot of those. And then I've got a lot of Ring of Honor DVDs because it's all the guys, you know, the AJ Styles, Samoa Joe, CM Punk. And then I got there's 2 bootleg sets I have. I have every CM Punk appearance from Impact, TNA days, to when he showed up on WWE ECW. And then I have every Brock Lesnar appearance from when he jumped the rail to attack the Hardys. And I think maybe like until he left to go try football. But those are all bootleg things I found. Awesome. I still have them. And
it's great pieces.
So I'm pretty pumped that I'm not the only one.
Yeah.
There are other people like me.
Being 13, I was 13 in 02, and I had just moved to Mount Pleasant, and I was kind of way out there.
Yeah.
Way out there.
Okay, so you were.
Back up.
Do you see why he has a better memory of that era than we do?
33.
Oh my lord.
In 2002.
You're cut. You're cut. I need to be the youngest one. Out.
Kevin has a complex about being the youngest on here.
Oh, Kevin's the one with the complex out of the 4 of us. Okay.
Yeah. Wow.
Your beard is so luscious with no gray.
There's a little bit coming in. But I remember being a kid and just I didn't have an internet at my house out there when I moved out there, just being so young without a license. All I could watch were DVDs and just study them. And I remember I never had the Ring of Honor DVDs, and those are great. I wish I did. I had some TNA DVDs, some regular. I used to order the TNA on Wednesday afternoons at like every Wednesday at $9, you know, type thing. But I would always get the Pro Wrestling Illustrateds and just read the year reviews and just always see Bryan Danielson, CM Punk, Samoa Joe, all that Ring of Honor, Austin Aries, just so fascinating in every part of the world. I just love it. It's great.
Very cool.
Well, Ryan, not to put Jason on the spot, but we all collectively, the 5 of us, are going to be in Nashville for SummerSlam. So maybe as an appearance fee for you being on the show, maybe one of those DVDs will work its way over to Ryan. Not to put Jason on the spot.
Ryan, are you a beer drinker?
Not as much.
Well, you should that weekend because Joe owes me 6 stadium beers.
No, I don't.
I will gift you 2 of my 6. That
I will have one for the occasion.
That's really Jason. That's really nice of you because it's not happening.
I was texting Rye yesterday. I was like, I'm in the concourse, no line for beer at number 12. He's like, oh man, it takes me a long time to finish the beer. I'll try to make it later. We never got to connect, but
I had like half of one that I was working on, and I'm like, oh man, I know I can't chug this stuff. I wish I could, but
that's all good. It's all good. All right, let's get into Forbidden Door. I know you were excited. You know, when we first met, I showed you some of the videos of going to Revolution 20 in Chicago. So, you know, that AEW's really made that a home base. But before we get into the show itself, talk about just the atmosphere of just being in Chicago. I know there were some other things going on. You said like just the town was buzzing, but like talk a little bit about like getting there and kind of what the scene was like.
Absolutely. So it was my second time being in Chicago. The first time I had been a few years ago, just in for an hour, out pretty quick. I honestly, all I had time for was to go to Pro Wrestling Tees when they could let people in. So I went in there and I had
Awesome.
10 minutes left before they closed. And I was like, guys, I'm so sorry, but like, I have to see this place. It's so cool and just legendary. And they were super cool. Everyone
That's
was
great.
really awesome. And it was right around the time AEW had just started printing t-shirts. So I got to go in there and they like printed me a fresh one. They just started selling them. I felt so cool. So shout out to those guys. You guys are great.
That's awesome.
But so my second time going back was this time. Took a train. It was very interesting. I'll see about doing that again maybe. But it was United Center was buzzing. There was a lot of people outside. I kind of with the collector thing with that belt. I just got this one. I don't know if there's video on this if everybody's seen it or if it's just us doing it. I got this replica yesterday. Main reason was when I got into Forbidden Door, the line was insane for merchandise, like wrapped around the building. I'm like,
Yep.
I'm good. Who's crazy enough to buy a belt that's expensive? And I was so wrong because the third match in, I was like, all right, I can kind of go, take a whiz, get something to drink and go check the line. And everything was shut, closed up and sold out. Everything. There was like 4 hats left, like, and a sweatshirt,
Oh.
no belts, anything. But arena was hot. It was pretty cool. A lot of people from all over the world, obviously fans from everywhere flying into Chicago that weekend. And the events around the town were interesting. It was Kenny Chesney had a concert at
That's
Wrigley
big.
Field.
That's big.
yeah.
There
that's
was
huge.
a Grateful Dead reunion tour. I'm not sure the name of the band, but
Dead and Company.
those
John
guys,
Mayer is
they were
like one
playing.
of the top guitar players in that
I
group.
heard it's amazing.
Oh.
There's also Pride Fest that weekend, and
wow.
then there was pro wrestling. So a lot of
Little everything.
fun conversations. We went to this barcade. My buddy Isaac, I went with, super into New Japan, AEW, like showed me the guys that are current now with like Riddles and Valors and just great guys like Okada and Tanahashi. I didn't know any of these guys before he started talking about them. So we went there. We go to this place called like a barcade, and we walk in, and obviously arcade, beer, all that good stuff. And on the TV there was WrestleMania 19.
Nice.
And we just stopped and we just had a couple beers and walked over and played some Space Jam pinball. And walking out, we seen some guys wrestling t-shirts, some Young Buck stuff, and we talked on the corner for 40 minutes.
Too sweet 'em, yeah.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
We just talked.
Absolutely.
They were
That's
from
great.
St. Louis. They were just telling us
Okay.
about their nerdy side, our nerdy side, and everybody was super wanting to talk about wrestling, and it was cool and just it's fun. I have a feeling Nashville's gonna be the same way.
So did you buy the Serpentico t-shirt that was left over?
No.
It was just the wrong
Was he-
size. Otherwise,
Yeah,
Was he
yeah.
13
Small.
and 82
Yeah.
at that time?
yeah.
But it was a cool time, man. It was a lot of people outside, a lot of people it's just buzzing. Super
Yes.
cool.
So
Every
being-
entrance was just loud.
So being in the building, when I watched it, and I knew a little bit about New Japan, not a lot. And when it was over, I thought it was an AEW pay-per-view with the bonus of a New Japan showcase. Like the Ospreay Orange Cassidy match, nobody would have guessed that was going to be a classic. And it was a
Amazing.
fucking classic.
Yeah.
I mean, I loved it. And Jay White, the next day, Pro Wrestling Tees had a sale still going on. I bought a Jay White shirt because I just thought the guy was awesome. And
He's the man.
so that crowd, though, they were pretty smart, Mark. They knew all these guys, right?
Yep. It was so cool. It like one thing I realized, like I'm also in the same boat as you as New Japan. I know some things, I don't know all.
Yeah.
I can get the big names. My buddy Isaac fills me in on all the rest. But the one thing I did notice, I love the intro of the New Japan songs, the themes. Switchblades is a knife just sharpening or something like that. Okada's is like the Rainmaker sound.
Coin
It's kind of like the
drop, I think,
Austin. Yeah, the coin drop. It's kind of like an Austin glass break. So like the diehard fans, I noticed they hear that they stood up and went nuts. And I was like, oh, who's this guy? And then my buddy Isaac would fill me in. But so amazing seeing these guys, man. Like
I thought Suzuki's music sounded like Bon Jovi. You give love a bad name. But everybody, but the people in the crowd, like there was that one part where it was like, hey, like everybody, it was like Judas.
I was looking around and I was confused too, but it was
I don't
great.
know what they said, but like I said, to me, it sounded like Bon Jovi.
Yep.
Was there any wrestler too that you're talking about with your friend of Like, I don't really know this guy that you came away with going, "Ooh, I want to see more of this guy."
Yeah, like pretty much everybody.
Yeah.
I don't have a specific one. I just, as soon as he was talking about him, when I got to the hotel that night, I just kind of followed him and anything AEW tagged, and it's just kind of like refreshing for your news feed because my feed is just all collection of wrestling and wrestling news and just nerdy stuff, man. So it's great seeing all that new stuff. Like I was kind of exposed to New Japan with like Shinsuke, and then you had a little Lesnar bit over there. So like AJ killing it. I always kind of knew of the Bullet Club. Isaac put me onto those guys with Kenny being the cleaner, and I just got hooked when he won that junior heavyweight. So I know a little bit, but Jay White's the man. Like you're correct, man. He's
good.
Great. He's so good.
And I don't know if you guys saw the scrum afterwards. They had these little like plastic holders for the belt to sit on, and it wouldn't stay. And he looked at him, he goes, "What the fuck, man? Like, why does this happen?" Like, and he goes, "Oh, I'm sorry. I don't mean," like, it was just
check it out.
It's such a weird thing, but it's
awesome. Very cool. Yeah, he's always in character too, man. I love it. Like, if you guys haven't seen it, you guys should look up. I watched it on the train ride back, and it's cool. It's pretty cool.
Did you see the videos and the pictures of Tony Khan hugging his favorite wrestlers?
Oh, I sent it to Ryan. Hold me like you've been on Naboo.
Sorry to interrupt. How many people were at the show last night in Detroit?
I'll look. I think it was close to 10.
I'm sorry, like of us.
Oh, me and Joe. Sorry.
Oh yeah. I'm in Vegas for UFC. And I just found out today I got Money in the Bank tickets. So
there we go.
I'm going to Money in the Bank for 2.5 hours and then walking across the street for the main card of UFC 276.
Awesome.
So, yeah, and then Kevin is just home. So
Kevin was just on his couch.
Yeah, I did. I was drinking bourbon.
Beautiful Fort Wayne, Indiana is where Kevin resides.
Yeah.
So yeah, he couldn't make it up for that, but we'll all collectively be in Nashville.
Awesome.
So we're looking
I was asking
forward
about AEW with last night to see, if anybody, like, Rampage was great. Obviously no spoilers, I wouldn't do that, but it was great. It's gonna be great tomorrow night on TV. Like,
okay, cool.
Well, that's
pretty
a must
cool.
watch then.
Yeah, we can talk not spoilers because they already announced what is
the matches.
Look for
what
this.
the matches were.
What they are gonna do, and they're calling it the Royal Rampage.
Yes.
And it's basically like
The
Royal Rumble, a battle royal, but because they have the two rings. So there's two guys that start off in the one ring and two guys that start off in the other ring at the same time. And then a wrestler comes down and goes into one ring, and then the next wrestler comes down, goes to the other ring.
All right.
So again, no spoilers, but it's
Brian,
very
what's the
cool
total?
use of.
How many people?
I
20.
don't know.
Wasn't it 20?
You think? Okay.
20.
Yeah,
I
I
think it
don't
was
know.
20.
They were doing
big names.
Yeah, a lot of big names. They do the countdown.
Okay.
They got to put big names in this one because they fucked up a couple weeks ago for
it was better than that other one.
The interim title.
Yes.
They had no big names.
Yeah, it's good. It's a good use of the two rings.
If only they could have got a third ring and had 60 guys in it.
Yeah,
like all the people from New Japan. No, World War III that used to be at the Palace every year in Michigan, so it would have made sense.
Wasn't that 3
Battle Bowl
rings,
was when they randomly picked people and they had to be a team to go through. So it was like
That's
Rick
right.
Steiner and
Ricky Morton.
Disco Inferno.
Ricky Morton.
Yeah, sure.
Well, Ryan and Brian, you guys watch that. It's a must watch.
It's really good. Yeah,
Okay.
and it sets up the number one contender for Mox.
Yeah.
The winner. So there's
names.
stakes to it too. So it's good.
A lot of surprising names. A lot of it's pretty cool. Like, pretty good match. Thrilling. Like, it's one of the better Rampages I've seen.
So I'm going to call an audible here. We were just going to talk Forbidden Door, but since you were at Dynamite, like Brian and Joe, let's talk about that. I haven't seen anything because I was flying and everything else. So let's talk about Dynamite last night. Brian, Joe.
Joe, I'll let you start because you were about to be on the road and now you're on the road and you can kind of give out your thoughts first.
Oh yeah. I thought it was a good show. I thought Detroit crowd was very hot.
Yeah,
I don't know how it played on TV,
I will
think,
tell
like,
you how it played on TV.
Yeah, Kevin sent a text message going like,
Wow.
is the crowd as loud as it
Original.
seems? And I'm like, yes.
Yes.
But like everyone was like really into it, except for one match. Brian just really couldn't care less. We made fun of
know
him
who
for
that
that
is.
one. It was
It
the
was
Orange
good.
Cassidy match.
Brian, the next time Brian
He
comes
knows.
in,
He knows.
I want you to shave like a thumbs up in the back of his head.
yes, just
Like, dude,
halfway through.
I'm just fading you up, man. Give me
How
just a
dare
thumbs up.
you.
Well, no.
Or no,
Dare
the
you.
back of
Yeah,
his
yeah.
hair. OCFS, Orange Cassidy freshly squeezed. Put those on there.
Don't do that. No, I
But
stick to my
like,
guns on that. That's all. Good.
What surprised me about last night's taping though was dark, because the matches were like I don't watch it. I didn't realize the matches were only like a minute long.
Well, they have like 14 matches.
They churn
on
off
every
a lot
episode.
of
in like
matches.
45 minutes.
Yeah.
And every single match was like, we have a 20-minute time limit. No, you don't. You have a 2-minute time limit.
We have a 60-second.
Right. Who are you kidding, Justin Roberts?
Exactly. So dark went by very fast. What do you guys think, Ryan, Brian?
Yeah, I mean, yeah, I'm with you. Great crowd. I think other than the top like 3 rows of the upper deck, it was packed with people. I'm not a fan, but people love Orange Cassidy. I can't deny that. I witnessed it firsthand once again. Danhausen was so over. Him being a local guy, that was great, and bringing out FTR. That was like a blow the roof off the place.
Yeah,
I know,
wow.
Jay, you
I
love
think-
the theme.
I think it was the only time
Oh, I love it.
I was disappointed in seeing FTR.
Oh,
I like that
no.
they came out, but I think it would have made more sense if Danhausen would have came out with Darby and Sting.
Sure.
I think it would have made more
That's
sense
the
if that
least
was the.
creative thing you have
Whatever.
ever said on this show.
Whatever.
No, I've said way less
Oh, they have
creative
face
stuff.
paint. They
we
should all
go.
come out together. Oh.
Yeah.
No,
I
I
don't
think it would
even
have
know
worked
what-
out better.
I don't even know what Danhausen and FTR did. I saw a picture of them, but
Yeah.
I've been watching so much FTR lately, and I bought the 6-star shirt. I bought the 7-star shirt.
Oh,
I've been, because they had a sale over Forbidden Door weekend. I was like, okay. So the one I bought, I am all about FTR now. The music,
Yeah.
I was listening, I just hit on repeat. The flight from LA to Vegas is only about 30 minutes. I think I listened to it like 6 times in a row. But remember, I hadn't drank for like 11 weeks, and I had a couple beers at the airport, and I was like, so
grooving.
Jay now owns the leather jacket from FTR, and
soon.
Yeah.
Soon.
It's all
The,
coming.
the new T-shirt FT Hausen
Just-
will
just
probably
call-
be coming out next.
Yeah.
Yeah.
FT Hausen. Yeah. Just
Uh,
call
one thing
Jay
I noticed
Tully
too with-
at this point.
So,
That crowd was
with-
screaming, man.
So with the blood and guts match, I mean, obviously I saw the big one that Joe predicted.
Joe predicted.
I'm sure-
it was a
I'm
joint
sure-
prediction.
I'm
Joint
sure
prediction.
Harper could have predicted it too. But anyway,
Well,
Um,
we were watching it, and we saw the table, which was like 8 feet long and 6 feet wide, and only had the bell and 2 bottles of water on it. I'm like, someone's going through that table.
That's an
well, that
awfully big
table's
table.
usually there, so it's not like it was like a new prop.
It was
So-
clearly
Oh,
bigger than
it was
normal.
clearly
It was like
Okay.
it seems rather large table, and getting in before I get into the match, like if you want to call like quote unquote low lights from where we were positioned, and there was the 2 rings set up. All the action was in the far ring.
Oh no!
So that's just that. I don't know how that was like that for you, Rye, with how you were.
Yeah. So where I was at, I was sitting straight on with the entrance ramp, and
Okay,
Oh,
we
yeah.
weren't too
what's
far off
happening over
then.
there.
Yeah.
I didn't see the pad that Sammy table crashed through,
Yeah.
whatever they have over
The
there.
ball
I couldn't
pit?
see that from my angle. Yeah.
they
So-
improved from the ball pit.
Oh, they did.
I
Okay.
No,
They
it's
did.
definitely better.
It was a
I
real.
did
it
get
was
to
a real
see
change.
So yeah,
Eddie Kingston come in and just light Jericho's ass up with a cane. That was pretty cool.
Yeah.
my
Yeah.
I can't wait to watch this on Sunday when I get
That's-
home.
It's
yeah. I thought
One
some of
thing I
the
noticed-
promos were sorry. I thought some of the
You're
promos
fine.
were a little tough to hear, and that's maybe it's the crowd was just so into
I
it too.
missed some. Like
It-
I watched a review this morning. I didn't even know they had promos.
Yeah,
Have you guys watched it on TV yet?
Not
I
yet.
didn't get to
No.
it yet. Yeah, I DVR'd it. I'll check
I
it
will
out.
give the at home 15-second review. Start the timer right now. It felt like a mini pay-per-view. It truly did.
Yeah.
Well,
It truly did. Just because of the lead up matches in
Yeah,
Blood and Guts was the second half of Dynamite.
Yeah.
All right, you're
felt
done.
Like,
15.
it felt like a major event. And then I won't spoil it for Jay, but there was some MVPs in that match that were not expected.
I heard
And-
Daddy Magic was pretty good.
Huh?
I heard Daddy Magic was pretty good.
There was a few chants that broke out.
Okay. Wow.
There was a lot of high spots, but it worked. It felt like a mini pay-per-view, and in the crowd, just the shots and packed arena, it looked like a mini pay-per-view. Like it looked like not just your normal Dynamite on TV,
I'm excited.
which was nice because Dynamite, it's a fun show, but this, Blood and Guts, you have to make kind of big. Just like with the tennis stadium in New York, right? They announced another return trip there. That looked big. They made Detroit look big, which was nice.
Sweet.
Evan, I got a question since you watched it on TV.
Yeah.
Was Jericho's promo ripping on Detroit on TV, or was it just to get the crowd to boo him?
The crowd to boo him.
Okay, so this is what you missed.
Okay.
We were all cheering for Jericho Appreciation Society, obviously, so we can't. So he just went on the mic and told everyone why he wanted everyone to know why it took so long for AEW to finally come to Detroit, because it's a hole. I've been here 32 times. It gets worse every single time.
That was funny.
One of the biggest boos of the night was, I don't know if it was true live, but the crowd when was booing Christian sounded truly the loudest.
I couldn't hear
That's
it.
the point.
I couldn't hear him.
It was fantastic.
Yeah,
it was
I couldn't hear
the
much of that.
only thing I heard him say was the only thing good about Detroit is it's close to Canada.
Yes,
And
we can make that out. Yeah.
His mic skills were promo. They were fantastic.
One last question I have about Dynamite from what I read on. Luchasaurus got new music. He's got a cane entrance now. Is that true?
Scary.
A lot of pyro fire.
Whoa, okay.
And he's all black.
It's black mask instead of green. And so, it was good. It was good. And that was
pretty cool finish too.
Props to Serpentico because I guess he was expecting Christian, and I've never seen a guy like so upset about getting announced. Like, Luchasaurus, his opponent, in the corner, Serpentico, and he starts like hitting his hand on the turnbuckle, like, oh fuck,
Love it.
I'm like, that's great. That's great. He's like, yeah, I'm gonna get my ass kicked.
So pumped to see this now on Sunday. So
now, whatever you do not get a timer next to you for 3 minutes. The guys in front of us did that.
There's some shenanigans with that.
And
that's fun.
In wrestling, no.
Yeah,
it's like it's like supposed to be for 3 minutes, and one of them lasted like 6, and the other one was like a minute 20, and the next one was
well, remember, I'm kayfabe only now, so I don't know.
Oh, that's right. Okay.
I don't know what he's talking about.
They were quite bummed when they had the 3 minute timer in front of them, and it was like, man, there's another minute and a half.
Yeah. Rye, final thoughts, man, on the night and anything else.
One thing I noticed is it's pretty crazy how talented this company is, because if you look at what they don't have right now and how good everyone that's seen it on TV thought it was, how hot the crowd was. I bought my initial ticket for Forbidden Door to see Punk because I haven't seen him. And I kind of was butthurt about not being able to see him twice. I bought 2 tickets twice in a week.
Oh, right.
So my Summer of Punk got fucking canceled for 2 weeks out.
Summer of Funk.
Yeah, but so without Omega, without Punk, without Red Dragon, without Adam Cole, without Jeff Hardy, with like there's so
Danielson,
much. It's just and it's still so good.
Well, when you sign every ex-WWE guy and
no MJF.
Let go of your homegrown talent. Alan Angels just got let go today. Yep. They're probably going to start dismantling the Dark Order.
I love that faction.
I love the Dark Order, but the problem is there's only one guy that's become a star out of it, and that's Sean Silver.
And a -1. He was there twice.
He was there twice.
He was on Dark and some other time. I was like, he's out of school, so sure he can come out.
He's starting the 5th grade. Okay.
Yeah.
Also, I don't know if it showed anything on TV with Tony Khan coming out at some point, but he was trying to get the crowd hot, and he was trying to say he wants to bring a pay-per-view to Detroit. So
I read that after I saw the video after, and he
He's
said
so
he was
awkward on
mentioning
the
the
mic.
pay-per-view.
yeah, he
weird.
looks like he just coked up and then runs out there and just Ultimate Warrior just
Allegedly.
Allegedly.
yeah.
Yeah.
Allegedly.
He comes out there just holding the mic, just eyes just so wide, just
Yeah.
I don't know what to say.
Yeah,
So
but-
there's the video
Tight.
prior to the paper, I even say pay-per-view because it's about like small pay-per-view. Before the event started yesterday, he's like talking big-eyed, and then he squints so like, I love it.
charged up.
Like
He-
it's so weird because it's either this or like so squinty. It's just
He did that at Dynamite in LA a couple weeks ago. He came out before everything started. And then went away. I'm like,
Well,
oh.
and that's the thing. And he came out after the show. Well, I'm sorry, after Dynamite, because there was probably about a 25-minute, Rye, you think so? 25 minutes between that and Rampage because they had to
Yeah,
get
clean
the
up.
cage up. They had to clean up the ring. Yeah, it was a long time.
glass.
So Tony
Lot of
came out a
weapons.
couple of times. I think they were they were trying to do a ref rock, paper, scissors match with
Yeah.
two of the refs in the
Oh.
ring. It was just like, we're just killing time here.
Wow.
But no,
then.
it was great night.
Crowd was
I'm
cheering
sure-
though.
Were you? Yeah.
Yeah, no, crowd was cheering when
Yeah.
when one guy got the rock and they all just in the crowd
Yeah.
boo.
I think
What
everybody
was-
had a great time.
What was the
Yeah.
first match on Dark that they showed Anthony Ogogo fighting the local dude? Do you remember that?
So
Man.
I saw that on the TV because I was getting a beer.
Oh my god! So the whole crowd was yelling like that was a WrestleMania match. They were booing the hell out of Anthony Ogogo
Oh,
Yeah.
that's
and cheering
funny.
this dude they've never seen
The-
before.
the
Like so
local
funny, dude.
talent. Local
Yeah.
They were like
he's
chanting,
from
chanting like
Detroit,
local
yeah.
talent or something like that,
Okay.
and it was, dude. It was
Yeah.
like every punch just ooh ah ooh. It was.
Oh my god.
They were ready to cheer, man. It was crazy.
I'll actually have to like watch Dark just to see how it comes
Yeah,
across,
yeah. I hope
when
they
that
show
comes
it.
out in a couple of days. All right, Ryan, this was great, man.
Thank you.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Had fun,
Thanks.
guys.
Hey, oh, why don't you want to plug your Twitter and the barbershop?
yeah.
Yeah, absolutely. Instagram is going to be Cuts by Napik. It's CUTSBYKNAPIK. It's my last name. I work at Ferndale, Detroit Barbers. Right off Woodward, pretty cool shop, vintage. We got chairs from 1900, no TVs,
Oh,
fresh razor blades, fresh lather, all that good stuff.
Ooh.
We specialize in like our clients, not what's on the television. Kind of that's how I like my job is. I start talking about wrestling immediately at some point and see what people bite on and see how into it they are, and then I refer them to tickets down the street. Yeah,
I-
absolutely.
What do you
felt-
mean
See.
you don't like wrestling?
exactly.
Yeah, every
You hold the
everybody's
straight
got,
edge
like,
to
a-
their neck.
yeah. Everybody's got like a story. It's like going back to the initial question you asked me how I got into it. Everybody has a story
Awesome.
with somebody they watched it with. My dad used to watch the original Sheik from down here.
Yeah,
in
that's a
Detroit,
big
yeah.
Detroit guy.
Like
Yeah.
Hobo,
Everybody's got
Yeah,
something.
Hobo
Like,
Joe.
it's
Yeah.
super.
And that's
cool.
much better
That's
than
why- yeah,
that's much better than sport clips. They have these
absolutely.
advertisements on TV with these super hot chicks, and then you go to sport clips and there's no super hot chicks there.
And they
So-
can't cut your hair.
There's just
No.
a guy
Yeah,
named
there's that
Can't
too.
Ryan.
confirm or
I do my
Shots
own
fired.
now. So.
Ryan,
Fired.
I will say this before you go. You have to rate us 1 through 4, best to worst cut.
Brian's got the best one.
Yeah.
Oh, Brian, it's because he gives you the
That's why I
best
pay the man. That's right.
Ah.
Yeah. By the way, look for Ryan's pop-up barber shop on the
Yeah.
streets of downtown Nashville on Summer of Cena weekend. He'll be doing cuts all weekend long. No,
Wait, is that
Only
real?
for titles?
no,
Only for belts.
It's not real.
Like the
Oh,
belts.
okay.
Awesome.
Fortunately,
That would be
my
awesome.
license can't transfer, or else I would love to.
Oh, okay.
It's
Gotcha.
state to state.
All right,
But
brother.
thanks
Hey,
for having me, guys. I appreciate
Thanks,
it.
Ryan.
Nice,
See you guys
awesome.
around. If you
Great.
guys ever want some more information, just hit me up.
Yeah.
got it, buddy. Thanks so much.
Appreciate it, guys.
All right, buddy. Thanks, man. I'll talk to you. So yeah, just another part of the excitement that we've been able to share on this week's podcast. We've talked about the happenings with Chicago and Dynamite in Detroit. Jason is on location in Vegas, and he's part of a huge Vegas weekend of fun and entertainment out there. Let's hear about some of the happenings, man.
So every summer I try to come out to International Fight Week for the UFC. Now, last couple of years have been weird because of COVID and all that stuff, but the combat sport gods shined a light upon me, kind of like last week about my kayfabe only lifestyle now. My wife had booked an Airbnb at the beach in California to have a party with her friends, and I agreed to it, but then I realized the dates, and it was today, or it was tomorrow. I mean, July 2nd, the day of UFC 276 and Money in the Bank. Well, the combat sports gods, they love your boy because Airbnb canceled on us, gave us a credit, which we had to use before July 2nd. So we're now in the penthouse, the 38th floor of the MGM Grand for $194 a night. And we're going to UFC 276 on Saturday. As I talked about with Ryan earlier, I did score tickets, some comps to Money in the Bank on Saturday. So not only I'm going to the Money in the Bank for about 2.5 hours. I'll go there for the pre-show. I like Peter Rosenberg and Kayla and JBL and whoever else is on the panel, and whatever matches that they put on there. But I will have to leave around 6:15 to walk from the MGM Grand Garden through the casino, across the street over to T-Mobile, so that I am there at 7:00 when the pay-per-view starts, because Sean O'Malley is kicking off the main card. Ooh. So, we got here Wednesday night late. We watched a Karen in full fucking force wanting to talk to a manager. It was awesome. It was awesome. But anyway, so yesterday, I was walking to breakfast and I stumbled upon the Money in the Bank store.
Yes.
At the MGM Grand. So I went in and I bought the Cena 20-year shirt. And then I'll show this one too. Vinny Vegas.
Yes.
Marquee classic.
That's
unreal.
Money. That's
so I
money.
got that. And I got my John Cena hat. I got some other small stuff. And then as I'm checking out, they say, hi, would you like a bracelet for the Street Profits meet and greet at noon today? And I'm like,
would I? Yes.
Yeah. I'll take
for
one.
free?
Yeah.
Did you say, yes, I want the smoke?
No, I did not.
No, perfect opportunity.
They would have been like, oh, sorry, all sold out, actually.
Yeah. So I came back up, dropped off my stuff, hung out for about an hour, and then I went back down, got in line. And I was like, am I just going to get a picture? Maybe I can get. So I got out of line. Like, I had a bracelet, so I knew I was getting to meet them. So I didn't know what to buy to get signed. Like, they had a Money in the Bank hat that had a green bill, and like, you could have signed the hat. But then I was like, wait a minute. They have the Funko Pops.
Oh,
so I got the Funko Pops signed.
That's a good one.
By the Street Profits.
That's a good one.
So I always struggle, and I don't know if I'm the only one, but meet and greets, stuff like this, it's not an awestruck situation. It's really not. I've been around enough celebrities and stuff, but I never really know what to say. Hell, last week I told you when I was in the elevator with Hulk Hogan, all I could say was thanks for coming in.
Yeah.
So I had some time. I was probably about 30th in line, and the Street Profits were just cool guys. So we get up there, and I put the things on the table, and I say, so Montez, is this cup one of one, or do you get like the 40-pack sleeve at Costco? And they laughed, and I'm like, all right. And they're like, he made some comment about how it's a family thing. So I guess there's multiple cups.
Got it.
Allegedly. So then I say, so what do you put in the cup? And he goes, well, whatever the chef says. Points to Dawkins. And he goes, nothing but something like love and delight, some weird thing he said. And I said, well, I don't know if you guys like whiskey or not. I said, but Crown Royal Vanilla with Coke Zero is pretty fucking great. You get like 3 of those in you,
that's good.
You're good to go. And they were like, oh, yeah, okay. And then a little fist pound. And I said, kick ass this weekend, and was on my way. But they were just cool. And I'm a fan now. And I mean, I always thought they were great, but like that, like those positive interactions for me are really into me, which of course means on Saturday, one of them's going to turn heel on each other. And
I know, right? Oh, I'm kidding.
But I think if that does happen, I think it has to be Dawkins.
Yes.
So anyway, I am here in Vegas for UFC, and now I'm also doing wrestling things.
It's awesome.
I wasn't.
Double duty.
Yeah. I mean, I hadn't planned on doing wrestling things, but So later today, I'm going to the UFC Expo, which is the first time they've done this in a long time. I am trying to put together a vlog for my upcoming MMA show that I'm trying to do. So I'll get into that a little later. And if you want to watch it, that'd be cool. But yeah, so all signs are pointing towards Money in the Bank. And then, of course, SummerSlam in about a month.
Yeah.
Which I feel like we all should dress up like John Cena at
I
SummerSlam.
don't
Kevin.
know about that. I don't know about all that, but yeah, that's.
And I'm drinking beer.
I
I haven't drank beer in 11 weeks.
Brad, what are you drinking?
This is a Golden Road Brewing. Brian had this a couple weeks ago. Mango
did.
Cart.
Delicious. That's very.
I had
good beer.
this in March when I was here at the arena because the T-Mobile Arena, they put that on draft. And they only have like 3 different beers. It's like Bud Light and Modelo and this. And I liked it. And since I haven't been drinking, I'm working out and exercising. It's Vegas. So I'm gonna have a couple beers while I'm here. But yeah, so I'm going Mango Cart, mango wheat ale. So
Nice.
Good solid beer. What's it? Taste your lips, right? That's
It's almost like the Mongo McMichael.
the Mango Cart.
The Mango McMichael.
We did that one time on the old show, the wrestler beer names that we came up with. Well, before we do get to SummerSlam, because we're gonna have a lot of weeks to talk about that still. And before we even get to preview Money in the Bank, one note, and who knows, maybe this will play into something going on Saturday. Logan Paul, the Paul brothers, has signed with WWE. It's reported to be a multi-year deal, multiple matches a year. And I guess maybe we should have seen this coming because they had the Miz segment on Raw where they kind of showed him taking out Logan after they beat Ray and Dom at WrestleMania. Guys, thoughts on this Logan Paul acquisition? Joe, you've been a little quiet for a minute. I'll let you talk here first.
Oh, Kevin really wants to go now.
Joe, I don't know where you are.
Kevin was just like, I want to speak. No,
I will hold my excitement for you, Joe.
Okay, I'm fine with it. I mean,
thanks for contributing.
No, it's just like basically.
Now that Joe's done.
No, I'm not done. It's like he showed that he was passionate about it. He proved that he could do
really
it
good
at WrestleMania. Yeah. Last year he was at Mania just in Sammy's corner as just like the celebrity, and it was just forgettable completely. But this one, he really played the heel character, and now that he's like going to be there more often, obviously not full time, he's going to be. I see him being more of a Ronda Rousey type of attraction. He's not going to be there as little as Brock and Roman, but he's going to be there for just TV.
Well, the deal was
I see him as more of a Pat McAfee too, but without commentary.
The deal for WrestleMania was he wanted to be a good guy.
Right.
The world hates Logan Paul and Jake Paul, but that's why he got jumped. And Miz was talking about coming back as a tag team, and then I'm pretty pumped for all of this. I hope he wins Money in the Bank tomorrow.
That would be fun.
I can't see
cool.
that, but we're not going to rule it out, right?
There is still the mystery. The mystery spot.
There is one spot. Yes, so.
It's got to be Cody. It's right.
No.
We'll get.
Wait. Hold on.
We'll get to Money in the Bank.
Hold on. Logan Paul wins Money in the Bank with help from The Miz, or Logan Paul wins and The Miz tries to get the briefcase from Logan, saying, I brought you here. I got you to the dance. And now, Kevin, tell us how wrong you are that Cody is going to be the...
No, that's later. First, I'll show my excitement for Logan Paul. One, I'll go 2 ways. I'm excited for it because his match with The Miz against the Mysterios, fantastic in Mania, right?
Mm-hmm.
One, he has a good look, right? He's known. He showed that he's athletic. 2, if for some reason he makes appearances in NXT, that would help build that brand. If
He's too big for NXT.
I know.
Yeah,
I know.
sorry,
That's
no.
the thing. That's the thing, though. But specialized matches with the Miz or against the Miz, against people who are, I'll say, extremely seasoned in the ring, he's going to look fantastic. If he does like some training in the performance center, I'll say.
Yeah, he'll be doing that.
Well, yeah.
He can help. He can help build himself. I'm excited though. Multi-year, good for him because his brother doing the boxing matches, just signed an agreement against.
Well, that fell through.
Brother,
that fell through because Tommy
it
Fury's
did?
not allowed back in the United States because of his affiliation with the Irish gangster.
Oh shit! But like his brother's bigger than Logan in the boxing realm. It's all about name recognition with them.
Well, they just signed a woman from Bellator.
Yeah.
They're not going after indie talent anymore. They want stars or people they can make stars, which is the whole point of NXT 2.0.
But the bigger thing is, I'm all for it. Just from the fact that he showed extreme promise in Mania.
Yeah.
That's the bigger thing. And he's a name talent. And Stephanie was there. It shows that,
CEO of the year
in there.
Stephanie McMahon.
Good for her. Good for him. Good for the WWE.
I still disagree with him wanting to be a face, though. He's a natural heel.
Well,
people want to boo him. And if you remember when The Miz went face, it was like, eh.
Yeah, you think it could work, and then it happens, and you're like, oh, wait, no.
No, he's boring now. We like that we can boo him. So
yeah.
You guys watching?
I hope he changes it.
Miz and Mrs. at all this season?
Yes,
just a minute or two.
So good.
Just
it's so good. It's so scripted and fake, but it's just so good.
Logan versus Miz at SummerSlam, right?
Yeah,
that's what Ariel Helwani says is a rumor. So
it should be a fantastic match. Miz will carry it,
hopefully,
to help Logan right through it, but it should be a fun match.
Well, it is promising what we saw at WrestleMania.
Exactly.
I think as long as it's not an every week thing, and if it's sporadic, maybe 3-4 times a year, that would probably be an appropriate role for him. So we'll certainly see how.
Let me ask you this, Jay: you really think Logan will be there in Money in the Bank?
No, I think it's going to be John Cena.
Oh, okay.
But we'll save that for Money in the Bank.
Seth was ragging on him about unsuccessfully cashing in.
So let's talk about that. The Monday Night Cena fun, because on one hand, he was a big part of the show, right? They had the whole intro at the beginning with the locker room. I thought that was really cool.
Yeah.
And then he came out and he gave his speech. Okay, first we'll back it up. He has some backstage interactions with the Prophets, with Ezekiel. He had his confrontation with Austin Theory. Then he comes out and he does this 15-minute, basically, thanks a bunch fans, and nothing happens. You guys cool with that? I kind of was hoping for the next seed to be planted.
So I watched it with Laura, right? My wife, and she was like, okay, Cena's pretty good. And I was like, yeah. So we're just watching, and she saw the poster board from last week, and she's just like, so you like Cena now? And I gave her the whole spiel, right? Of like, hey, he's grown on me. And we're both just watching the screen because one, he delivers an amazing promo, right? But throughout, I was waiting for Austin to kind of break it up, to kind of lead to a match, something, because he kind of gave the seed of like, hey, I'm not coming back for a one-off. I'm coming back for several matches, or I'm not. When I come back, I'm not going to go away. I was waiting for it. That's the only bad thing with that. So I don't think I fully enjoyed it like I should have, because I was waiting for the interruption. That's my only bad thing from it.
Yeah,
but it was fantastic. Honestly, it was great. Him throwing off his clothes at the end. Perfect for the kids who got the stuff and everything. I'm like, I'm going to go back. I'm going to go right into the camera. Like, it was pure Cena, where me 20 years ago, I would have hated it. I would have been like, fuck this guy. But now in my older age, great. I'm like, okay, this is great.
It's so good. It is what is needed by John Cena. We got the Vince McMahon introduction.
Yes.
I mean, this is, and look, he said it's going to be more than one.
Yes.
I feel like he comes in. I think he comes in at Money in the Bank, and I think Austin Theory somehow costs him the match, and we get Theory and Cena at SummerSlam because Cena will sell tickets like Brock sells tickets. McAfee's going to have a match. Logan Paul is going to have a match. This is going to be great. And I mean, Summer of Cena is here.
It is. But yeah, I was hoping for the next step to happen on Monday, but
You're saying Summer of Cena, so do you think he's going to be on Raw every week or every other week?
Maybe
more than the champ.
Yeah, and his opponent.
Brock will be there every week until SummerSlam.
Brock will be there more than.
What I've read, Brock is only scheduled to be on 3 shows.
Well, there's
we
only
only have
one
4
Raw.
shows. We only have 4 shows.
No. 1 Raw and 2 and back-to-back SmackDowns, and that's it.
Well, 3 of 6, 50%.
And the pay-per-view.
Boom.
Yeah. Well, last week I don't think there was anything of anything, right? So
No.
Again, not off to a good start. As I said, I'm not excited for the bill, but time will tell. All right, so let's get into Money in the Bank. It is Saturday. I will not be watching. I've got concert tickets that night, I realize. So
where are you
sucks for
going?
me.
To who?
Jack Johnson.
What?
Do you think I wanted to go or my wife?
Are you going to
Can
wear
we
that?
have your
Are you going to wear that
card?
cool? Are you going to wear that cool Affliction shirt you wore to the 90 Day Fiance podcast
I
show?
do my laundry. We'll see if I can bring that on out here. Who knows? It'll be fun night. It's a good night.
Yeah, I hear ya.
But yeah, I'll be missing Money in the Bank, so I'm bummed. But the beauty of the network is I'll be able to watch it tomorrow. So let's go down the card. We'll start with how about the U.S. Champ match, Theory versus Lashley. This is one I could kind of see go either way. Again, with the Cena involvement of what maybe happens there. I'll lean toward Theory does retain.
Done.
I think it's pretty unanimous.
Yeah, Theory retains.
Okay.
This doesn't make sense for him to lose, especially if my prediction of Cena, or maybe Theory starts an open challenge, and that's how we get Cena Theory at SummerSlam.
See that? I like that.
That would be fun.
Yeah, I think there's some possibilities on this one, but I'll lean toward Theory. Usos and your boys, the Street Profits, Jay.
I don't know. I know that's not good for what we're trying to do here, but I really feel like if the Street Profits are gonna break up, it's gonna happen this weekend, and it's gonna be Dawkins that breaks up, because I don't think Montez as a heel will work right now because he's so fucking popular and he's so awesome.
Yeah,
I don't know if you saw Raw. He jumped off the top rope and almost hit the briefcases.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, that guy rules, and
awesome.
Now we're friends, and those are my guys now. So
Yep. What do you guys feel?
I'm going with the Usos. Bloodline's not going to end anytime soon.
Just can't.
I feel like the undercard minus the Money in the Bank matches is extremely predictable.
Those are the two matches I feel a little more that I could see him go in different directions. But these next two, Ronda,
the women's matches are
Ronda, Natty, and Bianca and Carmella. Bianca and Carmella is obviously a victim of circumstances of Rhea Ripley getting hurt. And Ronda and Natty, I just don't think anybody buys it. Right?
Next.
I got to tell you, no. Let's pause that for a second. Last week's promo, Natty was actually fucking entertaining, dressed up as Ronda.
With the stroller.
And the fact that Ronda couldn't get that jacket off of Natty was hilarious. And when she threw the stroller at Ronda like it looked like she got hit by a goddamn truck. But I loved Natty as Ronda. I thought it was hilarious.
Yeah.
And I even said that is the first time I think Natty has delivered a promo with personality that has been that fucking good. I really don't see Natty winning, but if they really want to shake up the system, have Natty win, but I'm going to go Ronda.
Yeah.
Ronda.
Both retain.
Women's Money in the Bank. Liv Morgan, Raquel, Asuka, Shotzi, and Becky. Who'd like
Raquel
to-
has nothing going for her. I would
Nothing.
love to see Raquel win, but I think it's gonna be
Yeah.
Alexa Bliss.
Ooh.
I'm
Oh,
going
I'm
with
sorry.
Becky.
Did I leave Alexa off there? I did. My
Okay.
fault.
Yeah.
Alexa, thank you.
I'm
Yep.
going with
Oh, you
Becky.
said Alexa.
Okay.
This is a setup for SummerSlam, right? So you got to have the.
Is it?
I'd imagine the biggest.
Well, there's two women's
match.
matches. Women's Money in the Bank most likely will open the show. We could get a cash in at Money in the Bank.
Right. Okay.
Ooh,
Sure.
but- Hmm.
Whoa, wait. The story writes itself. Vegas, Bianca versus Carmella, cash in, Becky Lynch returns, takes it back, replay of SummerSlam from last year.
Vegas.
Yeah,
From Vegas.
but-
last
Because it was
summer.
supposed to be Bianca versus Sasha.
Got
That
the shirt.
didn't happen. And then Carmella came out and that match didn't happen. And then Becky winning. So I mean that they could replay it.
could work. Could.
I know it's rare for WWE to replay matches and angles
Never happened.
so close to each other, but it could happen.
Wow, the sarcasm is steaming off of you there, Joe. That's not that Kentucky heat where you are.
No, I'm in Tennessee. I'm in Knoxville.
Oh, my bad.
You're in KY?
He's in TN.
Oh.
Even more south.
Yeah, I'm in
Oh,
Knoxville.
so my joke
Yeah.
didn't work then.
No, it didn't.
Yeah.
Are you going to hang out with Kane?
No,
No.
I wouldn't go there.
Tell Kane to shut up.
You're in Knox County.
You
Sergeant
tell him,
Slaughter's
Kev.
going to be there this weekend in Knox.
Oh, okay.
Is he?
How do
Kane
you know
welcomed
that?
him on Twitter. Yeah.
Oh, okay. Good times.
Well, I'm
Thanks.
leaving tomorrow morning.
Asshole.
So I can't believe Joe's not going to make it for Sergeant Slaughter. All right,
He's
listen.
a pod.
I'm going with
Men's
my heart again because I think I did this last year, and I'm guilty again. Come on, Liv Morgan. Give it
Next.
to Liv Morgan.
Her,
Guys,
okay, her,
people like Liv
done.
I
Morgan.
want to say this. Her going against Alexa in the backstage segment from Raw. I'm so sick of it's my destiny. I want it so bad.
Fair
It's
enough.
annoying.
Yep.
It's so bad. I mean,
People like
it-
her. I seen
oh.
signs in the crowd for Liv
they
Morgan.
like her because
People-
she's good looking. That's the big.
She's
That's
all right.
that's your method or your I can't even think of it. I don't know.
mythology.
You base
methodology,
looks,
yeah.
Kevin.
No,
You're-
I base promo more than looks. I will tell you that. Her promos are stale,
They're uneven. I
extremely
agree.
stale. They've gone so stale. Backstage, everything is like, I need it from me. Watch out,
Watch
Alexa.
me.
I'm
Yeah.
gonna get it. You're gonna be so surprised when I get it. Like it's the same thing.
That's pretty good.
When
Kev.
Ruby Soho got let go,
really good.
when Liv was the last one remaining from the
Riot Squad.
Riot Squad. I was gonna say Quiet Riot. All I want is Liv to be quiet because it's the same thing over and over. Like I felt the noise.
Quiet Riot Squad was
Like-
what they were
Come on,
down to
feel
last
the
year.
noise.
She's better in the ring than she is in
is.
the mic skills because
Agreed.
she has not evolved on the mic. And the thing is, she's gotten way better in the ring,
She's very
which
good
is
in the ring.
which is kudos to her.
People like
but,
her,
like,
man. I like
her
her.
looking sad of like, oh, it's
Yeah.
my dream, it's my destiny. You better watch out. I'm gonna surprise you. And the best thing was Alexa Bliss on it was like her just rolling her eyes during the whole thing. Like, okay,
She was kind of like, oh, okay.
okay,
we'll see. Yeah,
okay.
We'll see.
Like,
Cool.
but we'll see. I think the women's match will be impressive. I do. I also agree with Joe though. I think Becky
You're
and
picking
Bianca at
Becky?
SummerSlam. Becky and Bianca at SummerSlam sells tickets.
Jay, did you make a pick? I can't remember.
Alexa. Bliss.
Alexa, yes, you did.
Yeah.
Okay, thank you. All right,
And to be
men's
honest,
Money in
and
the
any
Bank.
of them would be great.
And
Yeah, there's
next
not a
year,
bad choice.
Brian will be picking Liv Morgan again to
I
win
know.
women's money in the
Just
bank.
While
Mark it
he's
down.
wearing Liv Morgan shirt.
Mark it down. I know. I didn't rock.
Men's
Mark Sugar
though-
Crate 2. Brian,
Men's,
mark
though,
it down.
gets interesting.
Yeah, men's Money in the Bank. Seth, Drew,
Yes.
Sammy, Sheamus, Omos, Riddle, and to be announced. There's a lot of really good ones. Oh boy. I'm gonna go with Riddle. I don't know. I could see so many different angles on this one, but I just think, he did such a good performance against Roman a couple weeks ago. The crowd loves him on Raw. I think you can invest in him and give him that briefcase and know that whenever he does cash in, it turns into something really good. But there's so many good choices on this one. Really, for me, other than Omos, I can't see that happening. Everybody else I see an angle for.
I'm going to go. Go ahead. Oh, I got it. Okay.
Go ahead.
I am going to go with Seth because I picked Becky.
Perfect.
Mr. and Mrs. Money in the
nice
Bank.
Okay,
and they're going to be obnoxious. And they're going to be
that. Yep.
Yeah, instead of the losing streak, they're going to be so obnoxious with their briefcase. And Seth's even going to say, it's like, oh, you guys are fighting again? Cash in again on ya. Yeah, I see obnoxiousness from those two, and Seth is going to win the briefcase.
I would love to see Sammy win just to prove his loyalty to the bloodline. But I think it's going to be Drew to set up kickoff in the castle.
They already said he's got the main event for that.
He challenged for it, doesn't mean he's going to get it.
Okay.
This guarantees he gets it. But I think
I can see it.
I think the hidden last entrant, I think it's going to be John Cena, but to set up the theory match.
Okay.
What I would love to see, and I discussed this with Brett, because Brett's favorite wrestler is Cody. Okay. And we even last night talked about Rumble. Where would it be? Me, Brett, and Laura were like, okay, is it close? Would we go? And it's rumored for San Antonio. So we're like, okay, maybe not. I would not a prediction. I would absolutely love somehow Cody. He just had surgery. Get it hear me out. Last minute, go in there, get it. Roman, keep it till Mania. Cody wins Rumble, challenges Roman, has the briefcase, loses the first match against Roman, cashes in for another match at Mania, and beats Roman for the belts.
That's terrible.
So it's awful. Not terrible. It's not terrible.
So terrible.
Fuck you guys.
No, Kevin, you have a good heart with this one.
Yes.
No, I'm hoping
you've watched too many Disney movies.
Cody losing.
I have a 6-year-old.
And then immediately cashing in to win. It's a do-over. This is playground rules. It doesn't make him an endearing champion. It makes him a scrub.
Kevin,
there goes the story.
Kevin.
Never. No. It makes him I fell short, but I have a second chance and I'm going to beat him.
Oh, it's a do-over. So you're on the playground and that's not fair. It's a do-over.
No, I don't make bets. I don't want 6 stadium beers. No.
This is straight cash.
Homie.
$50.
Shout out Randy Moss.
$50. You say Cody's in. I say Cody's out Saturday.
No. That's like plus 3,000 that Cody's in. I know my betting sites.
I normally bet 100, but I'm cutting you some slack. 50.
We'll take it to That Wrestling Podcast after hours.
All right. Well, I think Money in the Bank and at least the two matches. Yeah, the women's and men's matches historically have been some of my favorite matches of the year. So I'm bummed to miss it live, but looking forward to catching up on Sunday and what should be a good show. All right, guys, I think that'll do it. We've had a jam-packed show. Quick update on our goal of getting to the 100 YouTube subscribers. We are now up to 78.
Holy shit! That's 8 in a day. It was 70 yesterday.
Yeah. We threw on. I threw on a couple of. I threw on one video of blood and guts of Eddie throwing Sammy off the cage. And
can we just take one moment? Sorry for Brian.
Yeah,
Jay. Holy shit!
That's nice, Jay. That's beautiful.
Jesus. Show him the strip your ball sack.
If you're watching on YouTube, I am showing my view from the 38th floor penthouse.
Wow.
Yeah.
Do not drop that laptop.
I think that's glass, right? Yeah.
Oh, it's glass out there.
Well, no, well,
That's
there,
a window,
but,
right? Yeah.
that's glass.
Oh, you do have a balcony. Okay. Wow.
Bro,
As-
that's awesome.
As Kevin Garnett said when the Celtics won the title, top of the world, Ma, top of the world.
Yeah.
And anything is possible. All right.
Anything is possible.
Great. Now I gotta rewatch my 2008 Celtics highlight DVD since I don't have
Did
a
we-
new one this year. Thanks,
Did we-
Warriors.
Did we end the show? I don't even know.
No,
No,
we're
not yet.
about to. I gave the YouTube update. So we're 78, 22 more to go to 100. By the way, I did mention this when we talked about AEW and Blood and Guts. Probably on Friday will be my video montage of all the video I took.
Today, Friday?
Yes, today, Friday. Yes. Thank you. It's I'd say about a half to 2/3 done as of recording. So we'll finish
Sweet.
that up. So you guys can check that out. Otherwise, at
Oh,
that
wait. Did you pay up your bet, Brian? To Joe?
No, we did
we-
not. It'll be paid at SummerSlam.
Yeah, we decided to push it to SummerSlam.
Yeah.
Did they have the red AEW logo tee?
They did.
Yeah.
Joe, I
But
think
you're
you should
right,
just
though,
let
Jay.
Brian buy himself a shirt.
No, that's a bet. That's fine.
You can have your
no.
6 beers,
Kevin.
Joe.
Kevin,
if Brian buys a shirt.
you want
Oh,
Cody?
what is that? Jay, what is that?
Joe can have his 6 stadium beers if he lets Brian buy his own shirt.
Ooh.
You're not getting 6 stadium beers anyway, so it doesn't matter.
Joe's never wavered on that, and I love
Look,
it. 'Cause
Kevin,
as much as
He's
Jay
welching on the
pokes
bit
him
on the
it,
fucking.
yeah.
Kevin, what happened to you? You want Cody to have a do-over? You want me to just let Brian buy his own shirt? I mean,
Hey,
you're getting soft,
I'm
man.
a
It's all
nice
over the
guy.
place.
I'm an
Yeah.
asshole at work. I'm a nice guy here.
Look at that. All right, yeah, no, the shirts.
This
will be
is
paid
like a
up at
4-hour
SummerSlam.
podcast.
This is
It is.
a mega, but there's a lot happening.
Hey, do you
Yeah,
guys want to talk about
Chicago,
SummerSlam
Detroit.
next year?
No, we'll get to it. We'll get to it. Everybody, that of course at that WrestlePod for all the socials. We'll be checking all the adventures out in Vegas. Jay, have fun, guys. Thanks for the birthday, Nick Gage. Shout out my gang
Do
leader.
you want to watch it again?
Gang
Man.
affiliation.
Do you want to
I'll-
watch it again?
One more
I'll
time,
wa- I'll
Kevin.
watch
One
it
more
again.
Hopefully,
time.
hopefully the music will
don't-
play this time.
Exactly.
Oh, it
So-
didn't play last time.
So
No,
it
it
was-
did.
Hardly. So, Brian, what I was hoping when I told you we didn't pick a wrestling cameo with the music, I was hoping you would have thought I got somebody from Metallica.
Well, I didn't know, man, but I mean,
Go ahead.
I didn't know if you were pulling from people in my past. I didn't know what was going on.
Brian,
You
give
set
me
it
a
up
countdown.
well.
This is your life.
Brian, count it down from 5.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Close enough.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. So yeah, I heard the Metallica bells. So yeah, I was like, what is going on?
It's the man, the king, the god of this shit, Nick fucking Gage.
Oh.
And you know how I start this off. Shout out to all my MDK gang members around the world. Shout out to all my boys locked up in the cells, Eastern Block. And shout out to my hate club. Rest in peace, Big Nate Hatred. And rest in peace, my brother, Justin Payne. And I'm making this video for one of my gang members. I want to give a big MDK gang birthday shout out to my motherfucking gang member, Brian. Brian, I want to
I've never had an MDK gang birthday shout out. It's the first for everything.
Thank you for supporting me, the god of this shit, Nick fucking Gage, for all these years. Because let's keep it real, Brian.
Keep it
If
real.
it was you or the rest of the gang, I wouldn't be here right now. And I definitely wouldn't be doing my passion, that's professional deathmatch wrestling. So I want to say thank you. I want to wish you a happy birthday. And also, I want to give a shout out to your podcast, That Wrestling Podcast, that you do with Jason, Kevin, and Joe. So shout out to Brian, Jason, Kevin, and Joe for fucking making an awesome podcast called That Wrestling Podcast. I listened to it, and that shit's fucking dope.
Boom.
Fucking
That's
dope.
amazing. That's amazing.
Making an awesome podcast. But one thing I need to tell you, Brian, and it's not happy birthday one more time, it's fuck Matt Cardona. I'm gonna slice him up, blood bleeding throughout his whole body.
Wow.
And if you're in the crowd, you're gonna witness that
Attempted murder.
Back to jail.
fucking thing.
Yeah, happy birthday.
Wrestling Podcast, and it's MDK all fucking day.
Enjoy wrestling, everybody.
Thanks for listening. Follow That WrestlePod on Instagram, Twitter, Facebook, and YouTube.
1, 2, 3, that's it.